Today we are going to make an energy pyramid. How we are going to do this is you're going to take your yellow square of paper and you're going to take the top corner and fold it in half diagonally to make a triangle. Then what you are going to do is you're going to take the top corner right here, and please watch before you do. I'm going to fold straight down so that this corner of my triangle touches the right angle here, not over here. So if you watch first, then you probably won't make a mistake. Fold down like this and across there. I'm going to do one more time. I'm going to repeat that process. I'm going to take the top, fold it straight down. Maybe. There we go. And across like that. When I open it, I will have 4 sections that go horizontal, which is what I want. Then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut just the top layer. So again, watch before you do. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to cut right across my creases until I get to the fold right there. So now I have a door. This bottom part is not cut, just like when we make foldables. Again, a door, bottom part is not cut, and one more cut. Here's my pyramid, like just like that. Alright, once you're here, we are going to start filling it in. This bottom level of our energy pyramid is going to represent producers. And like we've talked about before, producers are plants. They're called producers because they make or produce energy from light energy. So when I open this up and fill in the panel, I'm going to fill in make. We can also put in the word produce there. Make or produce energy. Remember, they can't just create it from nothing, so they're getting it from light energy, which we mostly get from the sun, right? And they turn it into, I'll draw an arrow to represent that, glucose, which is in the form of chemical energy, right? And that's through the process of photosynthesis. Through photosynthesis. And you can put any examples down here that you want. Remember, this is under the category, we're talking plants here. The energy that enters the ecosystem all enters through our producers, right? So 100% of the energy that enters the ecosystem is from our producers. So we are going to put that 100% energy here at the bottom. All of the energy that enters the ecosystem enters through here. We get energy from the sun, it goes to the producers. The next level is going to be the consumers, but we've got 3 levels of consumers. All of our other ones are going to be consumers. So these first ones we would call first level consumers. And these are also sometimes called herbivores. What this means is that they eat plants. These are plant eaters or plant eating animals. I will open this up and fill that in. These are herbivores or plant eaters. These are herbivores, plant eaters. They get their energy from glucose in plants, right? So they eat the plants, the glucose that the producers produced goes to the first level consumer. They get energy from glucose in plants. Some examples of these would be anything you want that eats plants. So I'll put maybe from our forest ecosystem, deer and rabbits. And then how much energy they get. Now, the producers, again, like we said, they bring 100% of the energy into the ecosystem. They have to use energy in order to live. these plants do. So they actually use most of their energy, and just about 10% transfers. So when out of all the energy that enters the ecosystem, by the time a first level consumer eats it and gets that energy from glucose, only about 10% of it remains. And now you can begin to see why this is in the shape of a pyramid. As the producers have the most energy, our first level consumers get less energy. And as we keep working up, it just keeps happening. The next level is second level consumers. We can actually do this energy first here. So the plant eaters eat the plants, they get about 10% of that energy. Again, they have to use most of that energy in order to sustain their life. So by the time that a second level consumer eats a first level consumer, it's down to about 1% of the original energy that entered the ecosystem. So 1% energy here. I'll flip this open, and second level consumers are mostly what we refer to as omnivores. That means they eat both plants and animals. We are mostly omnivores, humans are. So these are omnivores. That means plants and animals. And also get their energy from glucose. When we eat, right? When they eat. Some examples of this from the energy pyramid are the hawk, or not from the energy pyramid, excuse me, the forest ecosystem, and maybe the snake. And our top level, as I'm sure you can see a pattern now, is the third level consumers. And by the time that they are eating and getting glucose, out of 100% of that energy that entered the ecosystem through producers during photosynthesis, they've used some, the first level consumers have used some, the second level consumers have used some, and now they are only getting about 10% of the energy from the second level consumers, which was only 1% originally. So if we take that and divide it by 10, we get 0.1% energy. So by the time the energy gets up here, most, by far, 99.9% of the energy that entered the ecosystem has been used and transferred into other forms of energy to help the producers and consumers grow and live and, do all the things they need to do. Our third level consumers are usually our top predators. And our example would be the wolf. Again, feel free to add in anything else here that you would like as different examples. That's all we're going to draw on our energy pyramid, but we are not quite done. What I'd like for you to do next is open up your comp book onto the page after interaction type. So you should be on page 7. And you can go ahead and get this glued on here. You want to glue it on the bottom corner so that it looks like this. You'll notice that yours will likely be a little bit too long for your comp book, so you can just take this piece and fold it in like that, and then glue from there, and then it just flips out that way. Once this is glued in, I'm going to title this, we're on page 7, I'm going to title it Energy Pyramid. We're going to add in 2 more things. All of this energy that gets into the ecosystem through the producers comes from the energy source of light energy, which is the sun. My sun is going to be red today. And that gives the light energy to producers, right? light, energy comes from the sun. And then the second thing we're going to add in today, our last thing, is what happens to this energy. Even though it's not that much percentage-wise of energy, there definitely is still some energy, and we know that it cannot just disappear. So when that third level consumer dies, the decomposers, great, they break it down and they recycle energy, and that's from the third level consumer. Again, it could also be from any of the level consumers. They take it all, but we just need to represent it one time on our pyramid here, and they recycle it, and that sends it right back down to the producers to use. And we see that this works in a cycle.